heading back. Looks like it's a sort of, well, I won't say damp view today, but it's quite dull. Still lovely though. Excuse me. Anyway, on with the sorry tale. A meeting was arranged with a person from head office who was from the board of governors, so he told me. And we arranged to meet at a hotel in Liverpool. So I turns up for the meeting. Offers me a cup of coffee. It was in one of those small rooms they rent out in them hotels for meetings and stuff like that. So he sits down, gets ourselves comfortable. He was quite cordial to begin with. And he said, okay, my name's blah blah, and I've been sent to you personally, he stressed the word personally, by the chair of Samaritans, that's the top person, to wrap this up. And right away I thought, and that's what you're going to do, aren't you? But I thought, no, let's just see what happens. So he says, in your words, go through what you think's happened. So I goes through basically all these videos, tells him what I think, what's happened, what I know what's happened, all the deceit, burying the truth, assassination of the director, all the way through, trying to forge his letter. Didn't leave a stone unturned. I went for it. Because I knew that it wasn't going to be long now, so I might as well go for it. And I stopped. He said to me, I want to tell you now, head office are well aware of this group of people and what's going on in the Liverpool branch. And you have my word, I promise you, they are going to go. Things are going to change in that branch. When I heard this, I thought, oh, this is good. Maybe something's going to get done. So talks a bit more. I was throwing little things in like, you were a leader, weren't you? I said, yeah, I was. He said, did you ask to become a leader? Now right away I took this as, he's going to try and see if this is some kind of power struggle. And I've got my face out of joint over. I said, no, I was asked. I didn't ask. He said, oh. He said, who asked you? So I told him. I said, I don't think I was asked, particularly because I was good. I said, in the branch there was a shortage of leaders, certain points. And everyone knows in the branch. And I'm pretty much easy going about shifts and stuff. I'll do anything. I was committed. I said, so I just said, yeah. Didn't hold anything to it. I said, I wasn't a sort of hands-on leader. I was just there. So it goes on about a few other things. And he says to me, what would you hope would come out of this? I said, honestly. He said, yeah. I said, I'd hope that those people involved would be out of this organisation. Or at least, at the very least, made to retrain. I said, because they don't understand. They don't know the core values. I said, or if they do, they ignore them. Told them our volunteers in our branch couldn't get to do anything, even if they wanted to, unless you were chosen. I told them that in our branch, I'm saying our branch at the time when I was there, I told them that any kind of move was seen as you were trying to take power away from them. I said, they're warped. got a warped idea of what it is. I told them about the conversations I'd had, particularly with Fee. In one of them she actually said to me, "And what are you going to get out of it?" I wanted to say, now that speaks volumes about you rather than me. Because these people see everything as a threat. Everything was a threat. They were paranoid. They couldn't see what they were doing. And like I said in another video, I knew people who'd been waiting 6 years. 6 fucking years to get on the prison team. I just ignored them. Because the person that was waiting was a feisty person and would have asked questions, and that's the last thing he wanted. I told him all this. I said, that's what it's like. Volunteers just feel, you know, you can't go forward. It's very secretive. It's controlled with an iron hand. I said, it doesn't matter who the director is, unless it's one of them. You don't count for nothing in there to these people. I said, that's wrong. I also said to him, you've got to ask yourself here, good people, good Samaritans, have felt that bad that they've had to resign. Not from the branch and gone somewhere else. They've left the organisation. Good people who've put years of service in. Mentioning the director. I said, that's not an easy decision for these people to take. They were committed. And you have to ask yourself, what has happened to make them that disheartened that they've left the organisation? I said, that's not good. That cannot be good for the organisation. All for the sake of a handful of people who've made friends with others in this organisation and are controlling it. And this is where it probably sounded a bit won't I? I said to him, if I research this, I think I'm going to find out that the people running this organisation in the key positions, they're all from the same club. And that's wrong. I said, that is a bad thing. It's an incestuous bed of deceit and fear. And I told him all this. So he says to me, well, I'm telling you now, it's going to change in that branch. They're going to move. So I thought, okay, let's see what happens. Then he said to me, now I cannot, being a volunteer organisation, I cannot force the regional rep to apologise. I said, I take that in, I know what you mean, yeah, you probably can't. So he said, so what do you want? I said, I want an apology. I want some kind of apology that lets the branch know. I knew, most of the branch knew anyway, my character was okay. And I'm not bigging myself up, it's a fact. Because it is okay. Like I said before, most of the people on the normal shifts, the consensus was, I was getting shafted. Told him this. He said, what about the grievances against them and the rota person? I said, I'm not asked about the grievances. I said, they're two fools anyway. I said, that's the way I see it. So I dropped them. He said, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And I thought, we may be getting somewhere you want to go. So with those dropped, he says, so what you're saying is you accept an apology, slate cleaned, and let's get on with it. I said, okay, yeah. I said, I am a committed Samaritan, that's what I want to do. I said, but, you know, what's happened to decency? Falling on your sword and all that crap. I said, what's happened to decency of coming clean? What's wrong? I said, no one to this day, and they hadn't. Which he He looked surprised. I said, not one person has ever come up to me. All this is done behind closed doors, over telephones, and from the blade of a knife in your back. I said, no one still confronted me about anything. Not one person. I said, they've confronted everybody around me. I said, but they ain't got the balls to confront me because they know what they'll get. And that's what it's about. I said, I'm not a malicious person. I'm not a vindictive person. I just see them as fools. What they are. So he said, okay. He said, my decision will be final. What if it doesn't go your way? I said, I'll be highly disappointed. I said, well, I'll just put that down to the way things are. That's life. I said, I'll just get back in the branch and do what I have to do. He said, okay. And then the meeting ended. And in the next one, I'm going to tell you about my last shift. For the sake of the decent people down in Liverpool, Sam's, spread the word. I'll be back later.